So you want to make some progress with Raid Shadow Legends, but not quite sure what to do? Well, let's see if we can help.
Hey everyone, Bront CatHerder here, talking Raid Shadow Legends. We're having fun. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bront CatHerder, and we're having some fun playing Raid Shadow Legends. Hello everyone, Bront CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and we are here. Hello everyone, Bront CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends. And it's a great day to be a content creator. It's a great day to be a raid content creator. I have hit 3,000 subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. Much, much love. Thank you much for all of the support and for honestly everything that you have done to keep me creating content through the Twitch years, through all of this stuff. It has been an amazing journey, and I can tell you, I thought I would be successful when I started, and I stopped, and then I thought I started again, and I thought I would again be successful. But honestly, I don't know how I thought I was going to be successful. It was certainly a much harder journey than I expected. But at the same time, I think right now I am significantly further along than I actually expected to be, going back a year and a half at this point in time. So you guys have been absolutely amazing. Raid has one of the best communities in gaming, and that's actually partially why I am here for this right now. Now, I kind of wanted to make a great video about how much you guys have meant to me and how much the Raid community has meant to be, but Ash dropped a video that I kind of want to address. Ash dropped a video that says, "You don't know the real me." And I think he's fooling himself if we doesn't think that we don't know the real him. Ash, you are a genuine dude. I think a lot of folks around the community really do know that. And some of the folks may think you're a little fake. Maybe you're not. We don't know every aspect of you because, we only get to see some aspects of you. But you cannot be the dude you are, the easygoing dude, the great dude who's a clan member, the guy who helps out and donates to charities, the guy who can help unite the community with a smile, a laugh, making sure he asks how you're doing, and bringing smiles and joys to people in Raid, bringing people into Raid. You are absolutely amazing, and it is folks like you, it is folks like Hell Hades, it is folks like Nub Raids, it is pillars of the community, it is folks like Chosen and Deadwood, it is all of these great content creators that help make the Raid community what it is. And I don't think the Raid community would be such a great community that bands together. The Twitch community is absolutely amazing. People are great. Content creators regularly show up on other people's things. We talk each other. We talk about each other. We shout people out. Collaborations are easy to do in Raid. Everyone likes helping each other out. I have helped other content creators out, both from a expertise standpoint and sometimes just a matter of, hey, that seemed like kind of a cool idea. What can I do to help out? Whether or not it actually helps me and or my channel, there's a lot of selflessness that happens in this community. There's a lot of camaraderie in this community. It is an absolutely amazing community. So Ash, do not count yourself as somebody that we don't know. Yes, we only know one aspect of you, but you really are a good dude, and that comes before Raid, and that shines through in all of your videos. Now, for those of you who have not watched the video, there'll be a link for it down below. I'll make sure I have a link to that down below. It is great. It is worth talking about. And it is not him talking about Raid. He does not talk about Raid much at all in the video. He talks about his life. He talks about some hardships he went through. And honestly, they're very relatable. People go through different hardships. I know myself, I went through cancer a couple of years ago. In fact, I was going to start doing some Twitch streaming, I want to say back at 2021, early 2022, but I had thyroid cancer and I was really struggling with it. And I was probably at the lowest point I have ever been at in my life, struggling with thyroid cancer. But one of the things that did bring me some joy and some help was the raid community. I was active in the Twitch community, even if I was not a streamer at the time. I became an active mod for a guy named Carnage, who is a wonderful streamer as well. This dude is one of the reasons I am doing content today. He is an absolutely amazing dude, and I still consider him one of my best friends in raid. Shout out Carnage, you're an awesome dude. And you know, yes, it was a rough time. Yes, it got very dark. I don't really want to go too much into how dark it got, but I honestly had it in my head that I was not going to live through cancer. And that was a struggle. And I was struggling with all kinds of other emotions and other things. And then I had the surgery and I lost the ability to speak. It was the worst case scenario. Well, the second worst case scenario. I woke up from the surgery. That was good. They had removed the cancer. That was good. The next thing that could have happened that was worst is they could have damaged my vocal cords. And to this day, we don't quite know what happened. My doctor doesn't think my vocal cords were actually damaged because I still don't have muscle atrophy in my vocal cords. But my left vocal cord does not work and has not worked since 2022. And I spent a year and a half not being able to talk normally. In fact, I spent 9 months not being able to talk above a whisper at all. I still started streaming because the raid community encouraged me and basically said, we'll hang on, we'll watch through text to speech. You know what you're doing, and we want to learn from you, and we think you can be entertaining. And, you know, hopefully I was entertaining. I think you guys think I'm entertaining. I don't know. Maybe you watch this because I'm educational. Maybe you think I'm handsome. I don't know. I don't know. But in all seriousness, you guys were absolutely amazing. It was an amazing community. And I've got community members that go all the way back to when I started. A lot of it was built around the community I had created by making friends among other Twitch streamers. And, you know, some of those people are still friends of mine to this day. Some of these people are still regulars on my stream to this day. Some of them have moved on to YouTube stuff as well. And I've made new friends and I continue to meet old friends. It is an amazing, amazing community. And it has not been smooth sailing for me. It has been a huge hit to my confidence that to this day, despite the fact that I'm here talking on YouTube, I still don't feel that I get heard very well because honestly, my voice doesn't carry particularly well in real life. I am honestly almost shouting at the top of my lungs right now still. It doesn't sound like it because, you know, it's a normal talking voice. But I don't get much louder than a normal talking voice in real life, period. It is a struggle for me to get much louder, and it is a struggle for me to honestly talk a little bit. It still hurts a little bit. It is still more difficult. I still have difficulty swallowing. I still have difficulty coughing. But I'm in a better shape now that I have an implant, and I have an implant. That's actually how I can talk right now. They did some surgery to help increase the bulk over here at one point in time, and that kind of worked. And that made me that I was a good candidate for an implant. And so now I have a piece of plastic that basically shoves my vocal cord on one side over quite a bit. It's not perfect, but it lets me talk. It lets me mostly cough. And, you know, I'm here now. And it's not been easy. I still have really bad days. I still have really good days. My health has not always been great. Beyond that, I've had some other health scares of late as well. You know, and I'm not trying to build some sympathy for myself. I'm not trying to say, ooh, woe is me. There are people that have had worse cancers than I have. There are people that are dying from cancer. I understand that. There are people who have been through some rough stuff. What I'm really trying to say is those of us that are in RAID quite often are aware that there's more real problems out there. And we band together and we enjoy this game and we play this game because this game, we find some fun, we find some joy in it. But honestly, I think for a lot of the community, we find the camaraderie of being able to talk with other people about the game. There are so few games out there with a content creator audience this big where you've got people that are willing to reach out and on a whim help somebody else out, where you have content creators that are willing to coach other players both just for free on some of these videos. In some cases, yes, you can do paid takeovers as well. But just, a lot of these content creators, myself included, we love the game so much that it is actually difficult for us to create content with each other, because we will often spend about half of our time talking just about Raid or about other things as well. We get along particularly well. It's a great group of people. And I just want to kind of call it out. Ash, we love you. You are a wonderful dude. And, even folks that don't watch you realize that you are just a genuine dude and appreciate the energy and the fun that you bring to Raid. And we do know you. You're a great dude. You're a great pillar of this community, and you're not perfect. And that's fine. I'm not perfect. I go through a lot of stuff. Sometimes I've got some pretty dark thoughts on my head. Sometimes I am struggling and I'm looking for a better day. Sometimes it's difficult to hit record sometimes. It feels weird because this is not necessarily something that people would say, oh, this is a hard job. But you know what? It is not easy sometimes coming up with video ideas, coming up with something that seems interesting. And for those of us that have a large amount of self-doubt, like I do, it's sometimes very difficult to think that's worth filming. Let's make a video. And it has taken a lot of courage, a lot of, self-respect, and honestly, a lot of encouragement from you guys to just start going forward and saying, you know what? I'm going to film this video and I'm going to make this video the best I can. And if these guys like it, well, maybe I'll make more like it. And if they don't like it, maybe we'll move on. And sometimes it's a little bit of both. And you guys as a community are absolutely amazing. I would not be right here right now on several levels if the Raid community wasn't amazing. But, particularly folks like Ash, folks like Hell Hades, again, I'm mentioning him a lot, but they are great pillars to a wonderful community. Same with Nub Raids, and again, Deadwood and Chosen, some of the old guard as well. Some of these folks aren't creating as much Raid content as well, but that doesn't mean we don't love them still. Scratch is a great dude. I know a lot of these content creators. I've talked to some of them behind the scenes. I know people have talked with other ones behind the scenes, even though I haven't talked with them. It is absolutely amazing what goes on in the Raid community and the amount of support that the Raid community has for one another. So, Ash, we do love you. And you guys watching this video, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for getting me to 3,000 subs. Here's to 3,000, 6,000, 9,000 more. I'm going to keep on going and make the best Raid content I can for you guys because you guys deserve it. You guys are absolutely amazing. And you know what? I understand that you guys know as well that I'm a human being. I'm not always perfect. I'm not going to have everything right. And sometimes I'm going to have bad days. And sometimes you're going to have bad days too. But keep your head up. Keep doing what you got to do. And you know what? If Raid's not going to work out for you because Raid is causing some of these problems, go find a way to have fun and enjoy life. Raid or raid free. The important part is that life is worth enjoying. So focus on that. Get through the next day because things will get better if you hang on. And if not, the Raid community is still here to support you and make your day as great as possible. So you guys are absolutely amazing again. Much love, everyone. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you get a chance. I'll get some actual Raid content out to you soon, but I just wanted to say thank you. I've got a couple things brewing that maybe I've got a nice giveaway coming up for this stuff too. And, I really do appreciate all the support and all the love. So until the next video, I'm Bront.